is not what I meant. Good morning! Shut it! Well, that was stupid. What am I trying to be, a radio announcer? Good morning, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, thank you for all the comments and love on our video about why I became a police officer. We had a lot of response to that, a lot of feedback to it, and everybody wanted to see a follow-on video talking about my experience applying for the police academy, and then ultimately some experiences going through the police academy. So that'll be coming out down the road here in the very near future. Those of you that have been around for a while know that the main purpose of this channel is to show the off-duty family life of a police officer. So we do that in the form of our weekly vlog, which is usually what we post on Sundays. But during the midweek, like today, Wednesday, I want to try to post videos that you guys want to see. My experiences becoming a police officer, my reasons behind it. We do some skits occasionally, funny stories that I've had on the job. That's what we're doing today. Episode 2. Yay! I can never remember if it's up here or here. I get confused. In one of these corners, I'll throw up a little card where you can go see the first police stories video that we did. So without any further ado, let's do this! Right on! So here I am. It's graveyard or swing shift. I can't remember which. It's dark outside. I'm out doing some proactive patrolling, trying to find some criminals. Trying to catch me riding dirty. So I'm making traffic stops. For those of you not in law enforcement or didn't know, traffic stops are a fantastic way for us to find things that we're looking for. I mean, we would all love to roll up on a burglary in progress or somebody breaking into a car, but the chances are almost next to none. I mean, once in 10 years, you may just be lucky enough to roll onto something like that, unless you work in an area where that stuff happens everywhere. Your better bet is criminals have to get around too. They drive cars.
Got my gun cocked back and ready to blow. Yo, I'm like a tiger, a brutalizer.
I promise I'm still getting to the story. I don't mean to get sidetracked, but you know, I like to educate you guys too, as well as entertain. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been pulled over for something stupid? You get stopped, you're like, what the I wasn't speeding? How was I speeding? Everybody always thinks they're speeding. It's the first thing that comes to mind. You get up and then the officer's like, actually the reason I stopped you is you don't have an illuminated license plate in the back. Are you serious right now? You guys have any idea how many traffic codes are on the books?
Do faces on the TV screen and Planet of the Apes action figures count?
There are a lot of different things you can be pulled over for. Yes, officer, but why do you pull me over for that stupid stuff? Because you got nothing better to do. Because you're bored. Because you suck. All of those reasons could be true, but I'm gonna give you a little insight from a law enforcement perspective as to why you may get pulled over for those things. Guys, I guarantee you 99-ish% of cops out there could care less about those things. They could care less that your taillight's cracked. It's a numbers game, guys. The more cars you pull over, you're going to find that magical car.
This is like a Cheech and Chong movie.
But you have to make the stops to get to it. I will pull over as many of those as possible in order to try to find what I'm looking for. That's what I call an investigative stop. I'm not gonna take a lot of your time. I'm gonna come up and just say, hey, you know, just so you know, this is why I stopped you. No big deal. Just want to make you aware of it so you can get it fixed. The whole time I'm taking a whiff inside the car and just taking a look around to see if there's any drugs or evidence in plain sight. But most of the times people are like, oh, cool, thanks for letting me know. You know, when we find those people and they've got nothing there, we know that these are not the droids we're looking for. Nerd alert! So we continue on to the next one. And eventually you'll end up finding that person that needs to be off the road, that would have hurt you or your family because they were high or they were drunk, and we were able to intervene and get them off the road before that happened. My job as a police officer, though, is not to make a big deal out of small stuff. Little things, when it's not what I'm actually looking for, I'm gonna get you out of there fast. That leads into this story. So this was one of those nights I was looking for stuff. I noticed an SUV. It was a Jeep driving down the road, and this was, you know, sometime close to midnight.
It's midnight.
Yes. It's getting close to that witching hour where a lot of people are driving drunk. It was a Jeep with no top on. I could see there was 3 or 4 people inside it, and they were driving down the road with no lights on. I mean, actually, they had their headlights on, but no lights in the back. So I didn't know if they had daytime running lights on and just didn't realize they didn't have their lights on. But that's a good stop. It's a safety issue. You want to make sure that they're visible from the back so nobody rear ends them. Not to mention, when you're driving drunk, one of the things people forget to do a lot at night is turn their lights on or turn them on all the way. And so that's a great stop if you're looking for DUIs. So I pull out, I go after them, I get up behind them at the stoplight, it's red. I start running their plate, make sure it doesn't come back stolen or any kind of flags or anything before I stop them. Light turns green, we go through, light them up, and they pull over. So there ends up being 4 people in this Jeep. 2 guys in the front, 2 guys in the back, and they're all like, you know, early 20s, college age guys. 2 black guys in the back, 2 white guys in the front. This is a good example, guys, of why what you say matters. Words count. So I get up to the driver to tell him why I stopped him. I'm Officer so-and-so of the such and such police department. The reason I stopped you tonight is you're all black in back. No! No, that is not what I meant. Dude, I mean, what did you just say? Did you understand what you just said? The moment the words came out of my mouth, you know, I was backpedaling so fast. Black and the taillights, you're dark, you're all black and back. You know, and I just sounded like an idiot. I felt so bad. I was just panicking. You know, I was like, what did I just do? I'm gonna lose my job. I just offended these guys. Fortunately, these guys were super cool, down to earth. They just started laughing. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. I explained, I'm like, you guys know that's not what I meant, right? And they're like, dude, that was the funniest thing we've ever heard. So yeah, that was awesome. Black and back. It matters what you say and how you say it. Oh, and speaking of story time, when I got attacked by my mother and wife, I was just finishing my story of when I accidentally graffitied the car that was legally owned and parked. And I was talking about when I walked into lineup and briefing and my lieutenant was yelling and using choice language as to who was 1F53. We cut the story off there because I got attacked and I had a lot of you guys saying, finish the story. It was just getting to the good part. There really wasn't much more to the story. I'll just tell you, he was pissed. Ultimately, he said, I'll talk to your sergeant. I'll let him deal with you. He was too upset to even deal with me. I don't know why he was so mad. It may have been a bad day for him, which he was then taking out on me. It happens in the military. It happens in law enforcement. So, whoa, watch where you're going there. Guy's always creeping.
Okay.
So, I had that going for me, which was awesome. And of course, that led into, you know, the next stupid mistake that I made. Let's tell that story. So I was working in a more rural area of the county and watching a stop sign for stop sign violations, and I had an RC Willey Furniture Company delivery semi-truck come through and not make a complete stop.
What? No.
I mean, I'm a new deputy. I'm not gonna stand for this kind of criminal activity within my jurisdiction. I pull out, I go after him, hit the red and blues, and keeps on driving.
What?
And continues to keep on driving at a blistering, criminally indicative speed of approximately 35 miles an hour.
No.
I ended up calling it as a 1080, which in the area that I work, 1080 is the 10 code for a high-speed pursuit.
Some suspects think a high-speed pursuit is a joke or a game, but officers will tell you it's no joke for them.
Clearly he's not running. He's in a semi-truck. He doesn't see me. I don't realize this at the time. I don't think about this because I'm the idiot that spray painted the car. I get on the radio and say, let's go ahead and call it a 1080, which triggers all kinds of protocol. That's gonna get my supervisor notified. They lock down the channel. I end up having to do a report. It changes everything. So I continue following this guy. And of course, about 15 seconds after I called that, he noticed me and pulled over. And I go up and conduct the traffic stop, and he's like, hey, sorry bro, just didn't see you in a semi-truck, you know? It's hard to see things. So I'm having a great time as a new rookie deputy slash law enforcement officer. I'm thinking, I'm pretty hot stuff. Yeah, not so sure I'm cut out for this job, man. But I've got to explain to a small degree in my defense, this was not entirely my fault. Several days prior to this incident, I was in our briefing room and one of our patrol lieutenants was commenting on another similar scenario where a driver just didn't see the officer and they went 7 or 8 blocks before pulling over. The lieutenant made the comment, and as a young impressionable officer who soaks everything in, my ears were perked. He said, you know what, I'm sick of this crap of people just saying that they don't realize you were behind them. Half the time I don't think it's real. We really should just be calling 1080 when they're failing to yield and letting the courts sort it out. Ah, copy, Lieutenant. I'll log that one away for when that happens to me. 5 days from now when the RC Willey delivery man doesn't see me and fails to stop. Based on that information, I called a 1080. So I told my sergeant that. I said, look, this is the reason I did it. The sergeant responded, when that lieutenant speaks and opens his mouth, you can bet stupid is about to come out. Do not listen to anything he says. Roger that, Sarge. Would have been great to know that a week ago. Hey, so I'm sitting here editing this video. I'm trying to wrap it up so I can get it out to you guys today, which is Wednesday, March the 15th. It is the Ides of March. Very special day. Very special day. I mean, we're already at 10 minutes. It's longer than most of the videos we've posted recently. And that's where the last check mark is at. I've still got all these stories and pieces of these stories, I didn't realize I had talked about so many all in one. So anyway, we've got to cut it off. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut it off and leave it at this. I think we technically only ended up talking about 2 different stories, but I've got a couple more. So if you think me tagging the car and then calling high-speed chase on a delivery truck is the extent of what I was capable of as a new deputy, I actually kind of put the proverbial cherry on the top not too long after this high-speed chase incident. Don't underestimate what I am capable of. Please, please, please talk to us in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. We want to know what your thoughts are, what you like, if there's something you don't. So thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day and a fantastic end to the week. We will see you guys next time. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Alright, dude, we're almost there. Here's the game plan. Run in. Free suckers, give me all your money! 'Cause I need you, and I miss you.